What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So now that we're post-trade deadline, I saw an interesting article from The Athletic giving their updated Stanley Cup odds percentage in terms of winning it. And I thought, considering I do something similar on my Instagram, the Mbon Cup Pie, that gives all these slices of the pie based on how likely I think it is certain teams win the Stanley Cup. For example, this was my pre-deadline one. Not that much variation in it. I'm not saying like teams have like a 20-25% chance, but I would probably bump the Avalanche up a little bit. Who else would I bump up? The Canes a little bit. Maybe move the Oilers down, honestly. So in looking at that, I thought it'd be interesting to see what the Athletics would look like compared to mine, considering theirs was more so number-based. Theirs is their analytical model that they run. Mine is based on stats, analytics, and kind of vibes overall. So we're going to be going through this article right now. NHL trade deadline aftermath, ranking where teams stand in the Stanley Cup race. So I'm going to guess the Panthers and the Stars are probably 1 and 2 if they're listed like this. I haven't seen this. This is a blind reaction. I just saw it on Twitter. Okay. We don't really need to read all that. We're going to go straight to the numbers. The favorites, Carolina number 1. Dude, the analytical community always loves Carolina. 16.7%. So again, my 13 was the highest. I probably wouldn't give a single team over 16%. That is a that's a 1 in 6 chance, 16 in the entire field. I would not go that far. But when looking at Carolina, let's see. Left, they think they have the best left wings in all of hockey. I can definitely see that when you have Jake Gensel and Andrei Svechnikov. Centers ranked 16th. Right, I assume their defense. Yeah, their defense just absolutely loaded. Slavin, great. Brady Shea, Orlov, who's got their goddamn third pair guy. So yeah, the defense is absolutely disgusting. The wing play is far better than prior years. The goaltending, I think Kachekhov's probably going to be the starter at this point come playoffs when looking at it, how good he's been playing. He has like a 922 in his last 20 games or something, so I think he might be the starter. But when looking at Carolina, the problem is they dominate Corsi. They dominate expected goals percentage. They just haven't really had the finishing, especially last year with Svechnikov and Pacioretty out. Maybe this year with the Gensel, with the healthy Svechnikov, but it seems like they win a round or two just by suppressing teams, and then they kind of peter out, don't have that finishing to get them over the hump in terms of a third round, getting to that Eastern Conference Finals. Going to be interesting to see if they can do it this year. I think this probably is their best, most talented team of the Rod Brind'Amour era. So they're definitely up there for me. Would I give them 16%? No. Next up, I'm gonna guess Florida. Florida has to be next, right? I mean, I guess if Carolina's first and they're in the East, I don't know. Dallas. Okay. Dallas was my Stanley Cup pick in my most recent pre-deadline bracket with if the season ended today. More so just because I think Florida had a better chance. Florida was at 13% in the Mbon Pie versus Dallas at 11. I think that's more so just because Florida's going to have the easier path in the Eastern Conference. But yeah, Dallas is fantastic. Left wing. That is insane. Ben, Marchment, Robertson. Center play, also disgusting. I'm surprised that's only 7th. Rupe Hintz, Duchesne, Wyatt Johnston, right wing. So yeah, just an insanely balanced. I think they probably have the best top 9 in the entire NHL. I don't think that's that controversial, especially with how good Stankoven has been. The defense, also very solid, especially after getting Chris Tanev. Was a little bit weak when they had Hakanpää and then Nils Lundqvist as their third pair defenseman, but they're looking really good. And Jake Ottinger, I think that he's better than the 20th starting goalie in the entire NHL. He's having a down year. But yeah, this Dallas team is absolutely loaded. Not really any holes besides maybe that bottom pair could maybe be exposed, and if Ottinger doesn't raise his game. But I think there definitely should be top 5, probably top 3 in my opinion. Florida's got to be next. Surely, Florida. 15%. Okay, so 16.7, 15.5, 15.3. They have heavy favorites. They're basically saying there's like a 57% chance one of these 3 teams win the Stanley Cup. I personally would probably bet on the field, but when looking at the Florida Panthers, yeah, right wing is absolutely gross, dude. Where is he even? Tarasenko's on the first line left wing. I was like, where is he on this? Left wings are solid. Yeah, their top 6 is absolutely set. Their third line is really beefed up now that they can throw Rodriguez full-time on that third line. The bottom 6 is solid. I don't think it's as good as maybe a Dallas or maybe even a Carolina Hurricanes, but when you have such a good top 6, it kind of makes up for it. Forsling, Ekblad have been fantastic. Nico Mikkola might be a little bit of weakness on that second pair, considering he was on the Rangers last year, and the St. Louis Blues, not that good of a player. But Kulikov, Ekman Larson's very solid bottom pair. This is just, again, these top 3 teams are just very, very deep. Kyle Okposo now on that fourth line. Next up, I'm going to say Colorado probably would be next, I'd assume. Edmonton. Okay. Okay. Edmonton checks in. Again, 13.9. You look at mine, dude. I don't have a single team above 13. They are going bold with this. 13.9%. Center plays, obviously, the number one. Yeah, it's not that much. That's not that much of a surprise. Solid wing play. That's really not that encouraging that it's McLeod, Kane, Connor Brown, Fogle. Yeah, their wings are not that impressive beyond that top line. That could maybe screw them, but they actually have a third line center now, so that definitely helps. The top pair is disgusting. Do I trust Vinny Desharnais on a second pair? I'm not so sure. Stuart Skinner is the 9th ranked. He's been playing better of late, but 9th best goalie in the NHL. That's pretty surprising. Yeah, I mean, Edmonton, the top six is going to have to carry, and I don't think that it's that exceptional of a top six. Given that second line, I'm lower on Edmonton, which means this is probably the year that they're going to win the goddamn Stanley Cup when looking at that. Colorado's got to be next, though. 6.7. There's a 7% drop off between the Oilers at 4 and the Colorado Avalanche. What? Dude, I can maybe justify the Oilers having a better chance, but by 6-7%? That's insane. That's crazy. Especially the Avalanche post deadline getting a Casey Middlestat, Dumais, Trennan, all solid players, and they're still 6.7%. That is nuts. I think they actually have a pretty solid third line now. They actually have some forward depth. The defense core, Sean Walker was a good add. That is crazy that they have them that low. I guess they hate Jack Johnson. They hate Trennan. They hate Dumais. That is weird, dude. 6 point. Who's even after this? Got to be Vegas or something, right? Okay, Vegas at 6.6. I can see them being lower on Vegas because they've dealt with so many injuries and their players haven't really risen fully. But look at this goddamn top 9. You're telling me that this team has half the odds of the Edmonton Oilers? What the hell, man? Hayden Hill, 7th starting goal. Yeah, Vegas, I don't get the math on that. They're a more well-balanced team than the Oilers. Third right wings. I guess center play just matters the most, which it should, rightfully so. But again, 5th best defense, 7th best. Are they saying maybe because they're going to be in a wild card spot, they're going to play a division winner? That can make sense on the road. Let's see if they even say that. It's their path. Okay, it comes down to their path and who they face. That's fair. That's fair. But again, double. The Oilers have fucking double. Yeah, they're going to have to play the Canucks or the Jets. That's tough. Rangers at 5%. Again, that is crazy that the Hurricane. I've said publicly, I think the Hurricanes would beat the Rangers in a series, but to have the Hurricanes beat triple the odds, that's wild. When looking at, Roslovic was an okay ad, not a legit top 6 or on a contender. That third line is still not that impressive. Kakko, better than his production says right now, but his production is like that of like a 27-point forward. Will Cooley, okay. Wenberg, solid defensive third liner. Left sides, Miller and Lindgren are not having that good of seasons. It's going to come down to Shesterkin with the Rangers. I don't think I'm surprising anybody. He's had a 930 over the last 2 playoffs. If you can put that up, this is a deeper Rangers team than last year. I think a more well-balanced Ranger team with non-Kane and Tarasenko washed up. I think they can go far. Boston at 4.5. Yeah, still no Toronto. I'm not surprised by this at all. Their forward core is kind of a total shit show. Didn't really do anything at the deadline. You look at them, David Pastrnak, goddamn plus 22 in terms of their net rating. Next closest guy is Brad Marchand, who's having a good season at 8. And then beyond that, Jake DeBrusk is probably their 3rd best forward. I'm very much out on the Boston Bruins. So 4.5. Winnipeg, 4. I think Winnipeg's kind of being slept on. This is a disgusting forward core. No really superstars besides. That's weird. They have Kyle Connolly as a +6 when other guys were way higher. That's wild in my opinion. But when looking at this, they are fully 4 lines deep. Nemestikov, I think I pronounced it right. Nemestikov, Perfetti, and Mason Appleton is your 4th line. That's probably the best 4th line in the entire NHL. The defense core isn't anything exceptional past Morrissey, but I think they're solid 2-way guys, and they have the best goddamn goalie in the entire NHL. I can understand if they don't win the division, it's going to be tough to play either Dallas or Colorado, and then either Dallas or Colorado, whoever wins the goddamn division. So that I can maybe see as a reason, but overall, I think they're sleeping on the Jets. Dark horses, Vancouver. Yeah, I think Vancouver is not a bad team by any means, but I would have them less than the Oilers or the Knights. 3.8 8 again, I think is a little ridiculous. I had them at 7, so almost half of what I had them at when looking at the Vancouver Canucks. Still a very good forward core. It's going to come down to guys like Hoglander, who's been very good this season, and a Pia Suter, a Mikheyev really elevating. They can't rely on Pedersen, Miller, Besser, and Lindholm, who hasn't been that good in terms of carrying the offense. But no, they have a very deep forward core in terms of defense. You're going to get that top pair playing at a high level every single night. It's going to come down to the bottom four, and Demko's got to get fully healthy, and they should be well north of, 3.8%. Where's Toronto at? Goddamn, 2.9. Jesus, they hate Toronto's bottom 6, which makes sense. It's Ryan Reeves, Kampf, Dewar, McMahon. He's been a nice story, but he's not anything special. Domi, yeah, look at this. They have 4 very, very, very good players, and then it just shit beyond that for the most part. TJ Brody has fallen off. Jesus, Labushkin -7, Edmondson -7. That is not good. And Wool they have in net. Wool's pretty solid. Yeah, I think Treliving kind of admitted this probably wasn't the Toronto Maple Leafs year this year. They maybe packed it up. So 2.9. So what are they leaving? Like the Predators and the wild card teams from the East. Oh, Kings at 1.7. Yes, similarly, Kings, very good forward core. Maybe they could potentially outscore opponents, but I'm not seeing Cam Talbot hold it up in net with an okay defense core. I understand why they're at 1.7. And then, yeah, Islanders more than Tampa. Let's go. I guess maybe they had a better playoff chance now. Yeah, these teams, no offense, with all due respect, even as an Islanders fan, we can maybe win a round or two, but we ain't winning jack dick when it comes to a deep run. I hope I'm wrong. Hopefully people are clowning on me for that. But that's the video. Who was it? Carolina was number 1. Then it was Dallas. Then it was... Who was it? Then it was Florida. Then it was Edmonton. Then it was a fat jump, like half. Then it was half that to the Colorado Avalanche. Sorry, it's 1 a.m. right now. Insane. I don't know if I fully agree with this, but let me know in the comments. What do you think about this? What do you think about the Athletics? Who do you think's better, theirs or mine, which I still need to update? I think personally it's mine. Having 4 teams above 14, almost 14%, and then the rest all below 7 is pretty fucking crazy in my opinion. But I'll be seeing you in the next one. It's late here. I'll be seeing you in the next one.